देवकी सर्वदेवता पुत्रान् प्रसुषुवे च अष्टौ पुत्रान् प्रसुषुवे चाष्टौ पुत्रान् प्रसुषुवे चाष्टौ कन्या च एव अनुवत्सरम् कन्यां चैवानुवत्सरम् कन्यां चैवानुवत्सरम् अथ काल उपावृत्ते देवकी सर्वदेवता पुत्रान् प्रसुषुवे चाष्टौ कन्यां चैवानुवत्सरम् अथ काल उपावृत्ते देवकी सर्वदेवता पुत्रान् प्रसुषुवे चाष्टौ कन्यां चैवानुवत्सरम् Any Matajis? Any mothers? अथ thereafter kale, in due course of time, upavritte, when it was ripe, Devaki, Devaki, the wife of Vasudeva, Krishna's father, Sarvadevata, Devaki, to whom all the demigods and God himself appeared, Putran, sons, Prasushuve, gave birth to, Cha, and Ashtau, 8, Kanyam Cha, and one daughter named Subhadra. Eva, indeed, Anuvatsaram, year after year. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Each year thereafter, in due course of time, Devaki, the mother of God and all the demigods, gave birth to a child. Thus, she bore 8 sons, one after another, and a daughter named Subhadra. Kindly repeat. Each year thereafter, in due course of time, Devaki, the mother of God and all the demigods, gave birth to a child. Thus, she bore 8 sons, one after another, and a daughter named Subhadra. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The spiritual master is sometimes glorified as Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu. By the grace of the Guru, the spiritual master, one can understand the different kinds of devas. The word Deva refers to God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original source of all the demigods, who are also called Devas. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 2, the Lord says, Aham Adirhi Devanam. I am the source of all the Devas. The Supreme Lord Vishnu, the original person, expands in different forms. Tadaikshata Bahusyam, Chandogya Upanishad. He alone has expanded into many. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam, Brahma Samhita. There are different grades of forms known as Swamsha and Vibhinnamsha. The Swamsha expansions or Vishnu Tattva are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whereas the Vibhinnamsha are Jiva Tattva, who are part and parcel of the Lord. Mamaivamcho Jivaloke Jiva Bhutas Sanatanaha. If we accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and worship Him, all the parts and expansions of the Lord are automatically worshipped. Sarvarhanam Achyutejya. Krishna is known as Achyuta. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratam Stapayame Achyuta. By worshipping Achyuta, Krishna, one automatically worships all the demigods. There is no need of separately worshipping either the Vishnu Tattva or Jiva Tattva. If one concentrates upon Krishna, one worships everyone. Therefore, because Mother Devaki gave birth to Krishna, she is described here as Sarva Devata. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Deenataranam. 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna had appeared and he was present, manifesting his pastimes on this earth. Krishna appeared in Gokula and then he was shifted to Mathura. And he was born in Mathura and then shifted to Gokula. And then from there, he went to Vrindavan. And then eventually, when he was 10 years and 6 months old, Krishna came back to Mathura and he vanquished Kamsa. After that, Krishna went to Sandipani Muni's ashram in Ujjain. And he was there for about 2 months. And then he came back. And we all know how after that, Jarasandha started harassing Mathura, and then Krishna decided to shift to Dwaraka. And there Krishna married 16,000 queens, 16,108 queens, built palaces for each of them, and he was ruling over Dwaraka. Once when Krishna was ruling over Dwaraka, it so happened that Brahma wanted to meet Krishna. After all, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he has come to the kingdom of Brahma. This universe belongs to the Brahma, four-headed Brahma. He thought the Supreme Lord has come. I should go and meet him. Brahma came to Dwaraka. And when he came to Dwaraka, he approached the palace of Krishna. And there was this Dwarapalaka, the gatekeeper, who was standing there. And anybody who had to enter the palace, they have to first inform the doorkeeper, and then he will go and inform Krishna, take his permission, and then he will allow the personalities to enter. Brahma came to the doorkeeper and introduced himself, and he said, I want to meet Krishna, so please allow me. The doorkeeper asked, please introduce yourself. Who do I say has come to meet you when I go to Krishna? Brahma said, you tell him that Brahma has come to see him. There is only one Brahma in this universe, isn't it? Brahma has come to see him. The doorkeeper went in and Brahma was waiting outside. After a little while, the doorkeeper came. And Brahma said, told Krishna, shall I go in? Doorkeeper said, wait. Krishna has asked, which Brahma has come? Brahma said, which Brahma? He got confused. I thought until now there was only one Brahma. Is there one more Brahma in this universe? Anyway, he said, please tell him the four-headed Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, who is the father of the Chatussana, the four Sanat Kumaras. Please tell him he has come to meet. The doorkeeper went back in. After a few minutes, he again came. Brahma asked, what happened? He said, Krishna, I said, you can go. Please go in. Brahma went in, offered his obeisances to Krishna. And then Krishna started talking, how are you? How is everything? And Brahma said, everything is fine. Then Krishna said, please tell me, why did you come to meet me? Brahma said, before I tell you why I came here, there is one question which is gnawing at my mind. I'm not able to get it off my mind. I want to ask you that first. Krishna said, well, tell me, what is it that's pestering you? Brahma said, when I came, I sent word to you that Brahma has come. And then you asked the doorkeeper, which Brahma has come? I'm confused. According to me, until now, I was thinking I'm the only Brahma in this universe. Are there other Brahmas also in this universe? Or why did you ask which Brahma has come? Krishna smiled. And then he, within his mind, he called for all the Brahmas of all the different universes. And then Brahma saw before him hundreds and thousands and millions of Brahmas, Shivas, Indras, all of them have come to the assembly hall of Krishna. And our Brahma is having four heads. Some Brahmas having 10 heads. Some of them are having 100 heads. Some of them are having 1,000 heads. Some of them having 10,000 heads. Some of them having 1,00,000 of heads. Some of them even more than that. Brahma was seeing, he was shocked. And then he saw Shiva. Shiva in this universe is called Panchamukha. He has 5 heads. Some Shivas with 10 heads, 1,000 heads, 1,000,000 heads. And Indras with eyes all over their body. Some Indras with 100 eyes, 1,000 eyes, 10,000 eyes, 1,00,000 eyes. Brahma was bewildered when he saw all this. And all of them are coming. All together they are offering obeisances to Krishna. All the Brahmas, Shivas, Indras, everybody. And their bowing down before Krishna made such a big sound because all their crowns are clashing with each other. Imagine a Brahma with 1,000,000 heads is offering obeisance to Krishna. What will be the state? All his crowns are hitting the ground. Big clash happening. Just like when we had Kirtan, all the wampers and kartals were blowing, no, like that. Big tumultuous sound is coming. Brahma is, is not able to digest what is happening. And all of them got up and they folded their hands and told Krishna, Krishna, you remembered us? Please tell us what order you want to give us. And interesting thing is, each Brahma, each Lord Shiva and Indra, they are thinking, I am the only one in the presence of Krishna. Only our Chaturmukha Brahma was able to see all of them simultaneously. Otherwise, all of the other Brahmas who had appeared, all the other Shivas and Indras who had appeared, they were thinking, only I am in the presence of Krishna. Krishna replied, no, just like that I wanted to see you. I just remembered you. Everything is going fine? Yes, Krishna, everything is fine. Any demons harassing you? Any Rakshasas, Asuras, anybody? Any problem? No, Krishna, your appearance itself has brought all auspiciousness and destroyed all the Asuras. We have no worry. And then Krishna said, okay, then fine. Okay, tata, bye-bye, all of you go back. And then all of them immediately offered their obeisances and went back. Brahma he was like, his head was spinning. What is this happening? And then Krishna told Brahma, the universe which you are ruling, where I am currently in, it is 4 billion miles in diameter. It is the smallest universe amongst all the universes. Therefore, you have only 4 heads. The other universes, some of them are 10 billion miles in diameter. Some of them are 1 trillion miles in diameter. Some of them are 10 trillion miles in diameter. According to that, different Brahmas, they have that many number of heads, because such a big universe means they have to manage that also. So much intelligence you need. One head is not enough. That is why they have multiple heads. So Brahma said, understood Krishna. I was thinking I am some big Brahma and all those things. Everything shattered. He offered his obeisances and very humbly went back. This was a wonderful Leela which Krishna demonstrated in Dwaraka. Now, when the Kurukshetra war was about to start, Vidura, on the plea of Duryodhana insulting him, Vidura did not want to participate in that battle of Kurukshetra, so he left. He left Hastinapura and went on a pilgrimage. And he was going from place to place, and he was not aware of what is going on in Hastinapura and what is happening between the Pandavas and Kauravas. Traveling, one day he came to Haridwar. And there he happened to meet Uddhava. The moment he met Uddhava, Vidura became very happy. Oh, Uddhava is here. Because everybody knows Uddhava is the cousin of Krishna and very dear devotee of Krishna and all that. So he immediately greeted him and then asked, Uddhava, how are you? How is Krishna? How is Vasudeva? How are all the Yadavas? How is everything happening? I've been on a pilgrimage long time. I have not heard anything. What is happening? Actually, by that time, the battle of Kurukshetra was over. Pandavas had gained the kingdom and Krishna had left this universe. He had wound up his pastimes. Vidura was not aware. When Vidura made this question, Uddhava closed his eyes and he started remembering all his association with his dear Lord Krishna, and he could not check himself. There were tears welling up in his eyes. And then he started remembering all the pastimes of Krishna right from his appearance. How he killed Putana, Trinavarta, everything he started remembering. Those are beautiful verses in the 3rd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And practically the entire 10th canto is encapsulated in those verses where Uddhava, briefly he recollects all the pastimes of Krishna. One of the things that he told Vidura was, Swayam tvasamyatisayas triyadhishaha. He is referring to Krishna. He was remembering Krishna. Swayam tvasamyatisayas triyadhishaha. This Krishna, he is Swayam. He is the Swayam Bhagavan. He is the self-same Supreme Personality of Godhead. Swayam tu asamya atishayaha. And he is a person who has no samya and no atishaya. Means there was no one equal to him and no one above him. When Krishna was manifesting his pastimes in this world, nobody could equal Krishna, nobody was above him. So he was asamyatishayaha, tri adhishaha, and he was the Lord of the Threes. He is the Lord of the Threes. So this Krishna, he is called tri adhishaha. He is the Lord of the Three. What is this Lord of the Three? Lord of the Three, one meaning means Lord of the Three means he is Lord of all the 3 planetary systems, Bhurloka, Bhurloka and Swargloka. That means the lower planetary system, middle planetary system, upper planetary system. He is the Lord of all, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Maheshwaraha, he is the supreme Lord of all he is the supreme controller of all the planets. This is one understanding. A little deeper understanding than that is to understand that Krishna is the Lord of even the 3 Purusha avatars of Vishnu, Mahavishnu, and then Garbhodakasai Vishnu and the Kshirodakasai Vishnu. These are the 3 forms of Vishnu, which are called as Purusha avatara. And these Purusha avatars are meant for manifesting this material universe and its maintenance. Krishna is the controller of all these 3. Therefore, he is called Triyadisha. An even deeper meaning of the word Triyadisha is that if you look at the entire manifestation, there is what is known as this material universe, which is known as Devi Dhama. This material universe, because it is controlled by Durga Devi, it is known as Devi Dhama. Above and beyond the Devi Dhama, beyond the material universe, beyond the Viraja river, is the Vaikuntha Loka, which is known as Haridhama, where Lord Narayana presides. And above that is Golokadhama. Golokanamni Nijathamani Teshu Teshu. So the Devi Dhama, Haridhama, and above that is Golokadhama. And Krishna is controller of all three. So therefore he is called Triadhisha. And even deeper, more confidential meaning than that is that Goloka Dhama itself is divided into three divisions. There is Gokula, there is Mathura, and there is Dwaraka. And Krishna rules over all these three places, and in all three of them, he has different swabhava, different nature. The nature of Krishna in Gokula is different. Nature of Krishna in Mathura is different, where he is the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. And when he is ruling over Dwaraka with all those 16,000 queens and all that, he has another swabhava, another nature. So therefore, because Krishna rules over Goloka, Gokula, Mathura and Dwaraka, which are all within the realm of Goloka, therefore Krishna is also called Triadhisha. So, you see, in Dwaraka, Krishna is ruling with all opulence, living in 16,000 palaces, so many queens, and every day he goes to the assembly house and all the Yadavas are coming and they are taking instructions from Krishna, how to run the affairs of Dwaraka. Constantly they are receiving, they are awaiting instructions from Krishna. This is how Krishna is in Dwaraka. You look at Krishna in Gokula, how he is. He is wearing a Vanamala, he is wearing a garland made of forest flowers. He has a peacock feather on his head and he is having a flute and he is running around in the forests of Vrindavan grazing the cows. Doesn't even wear footwear, barefoot. Barefoot Krishna is running around. Can you imagine that? Whereas when he is in Dwaraka, how opulent he is. And in Vrindavan, Gokula Krishna is such a simple cowherd boy. You see, the same person, but how he manifests different natures. And therefore Krishna is called Triadhishaha. So this Krishna, he is Swarajya Lakshmi Apta Samasta Kamaha. For that Krishna, for him, Apta Kamaha, whenever he has any desire to be fulfilled, what does he do? Unlike us, when we have some desire to be fulfilled, every one of us has dreams, aspirations, especially when we are young, like all the folk boys and all here. When we are young, we have so many aspirations. We have so much idealism. We are studying in college. After I come out of college, I'll do this, I'll do that. You know, these people outside in the world, they are not figured out how to run this world. I know how to do it. I'll do it. My parents, they don't know how to run their family, household also. I know, I've figured out everything. You know, so much idealism. By the time we become 50, 60 years old, all that will evaporate. This is the way the world is, what to do. Everything will evaporate. Because for you, if you have to fulfill your dreams in life, aspirations in life, it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work and endeavor and a lot of good karma also. Otherwise, you can go on endeavoring and nothing will fructify. But if you have got good karma, all your hard work will fructify. You can become something in life. But still, even though you may become the prime minister or the president of the country, still you can never be fully satisfied. All your dreams will never get fulfilled. Whereas Krishna, Swarajya Lakshmi Apta Samasta Kamaha, for fulfilling all his desires, he doesn't even have to bat an eyelid. He doesn't even have to lift a finger. He simply has to wish. And what will happen? Swarajya Lakshmi. Swarajya Lakshmiya Apta Samasta Kamaha. His energy, his internal energy, which is known as Swarajya Lakshmi, will immediately act to fulfill all his desires. Krishna doesn't have to endeavor at all. And this Krishna, Swarajya Lakshmi Apta Samasta Kamaha, for him, there is no reason, there is no difficulty at all for him to satisfy all his desires. This is how Krishna is. When Krishna was in this material universe also, this is how he was ruling over. He didn't have to endeavor to fight all the asuras and kill them or to rule over the kingdom. He didn't have to endeavor at all. Simply by wishing, everything was happening. So this is Krishna. This is the Supreme Lord Krishna. So the important thing here, which Uddhava is saying, is the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is who is the Triyadishaha, and who is Swayam. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Why is the word using the word Swayam? Because Swayam, when the word Swayam is used, that means that person is independent and he is not dependent on anything else. So therefore, the form of Krishna is known as Swayam Rupa. It is the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead which is not dependent upon anything else. And Krishna has further expansions which are known as Tadekatma. Tadekatma also is subdivided into two other sub-branches. One is Vaibhava and one is Swamsha. When we say Vaibhava, Tadekatma forms of Krishna are almost the same as Krishna. They have the same powers as Krishna, but little different in the physical features. The Tadekatma form of Krishna, which is Vaibhava form, is actually Narayana. So Narayana, he has 4 hands, Krishna has 2 hands. But otherwise, almost the features are similar, and Narayana is almost on the same level as Krishna. Then there are Tadekatma forms, the forms very similar to Krishna, which are not displaying the full powers and the opulence of Krishna. So those are the Purusha avatars, the Vishnu avatars. They are also Tadekatma forms, but they are Swamsha forms. They don't display the full potency of Krishna. And then there are Avesha forms where Jivatmas are invested with certain powers by Krishna. This is how the various Swarupa of Krishna is, the various forms, the expansions of Krishna are situated. So, Krishna's form is very special because it is the Swayam Rupa. It is completely independent and not dependent upon any other form. Narayana is dependent upon Krishna. The Purusha avatars are dependent upon Narayana. So like this, all the expansions and avatars are dependent upon some form or the other, whereas Krishna is completely independent, and therefore he is Swayam Rupa. He is the Swayam Krishna, which is what Brahma also experienced. Because when Brahma asked Krishna why he was asking who he is, which Brahma he is, moment Krishna remembered all the Brahmas and Shivas came and they came and bowed down at the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is also described by Uddhava in the same words. He says, Balim haradbis chiralokapalaihi. That Krishna, because he is the Swayam Rupa, he is the Supreme Personality of God, the supremely independent Supreme Lord. What happens is, Balim haradbihi chiralokapalaihi. All the Devatas are all rulers of different planets. Like Surya, he rules over the sun planet. Soma or Chandra rules over moon planet. And like this, each of the Devatas have different planets and different posts. They are administrative personalities. They have different planets to rule over. And so they are called Lokapalaha. Amongst all the Lokapalaha, amongst all the Devatas, Brahma and Shiva alone are called Chiralokapalaha. Why? Because Brahma and Shiva remain constant from the birth of Brahma till his disappearance. They are there throughout the entire lifespan of Brahma. All the other Devatas, they keep coming and going. Like Manus, they have certain Manvantara, 71 Mahayugas. They are there only for that time. After that, they have to go. Then Indra also has a certain lifespan. So all the Varuna, Surya, Chandra, they have to keep giving up their posts and somebody else has to keep coming in. So they are all Lokapalaha, but they are not Chiralokapalaha. Whereas Brahma and Shiva, for the entire lifespan of Brahma, they remain same. They remain constant. Therefore, they are called Chiralokapalaha. Balim haradbis Chiralokapalaihi. Uddhava is saying, whenever these Chiralokapalaha, when all the Brahmas and Shivas, whenever they want to offer, Balim haradbihi, whenever they want to offer something to Krishna, what do? Kirita Kotyedita Pada Padmaha. that Pada Padma of Krishna, they come, and when they want to offer their whatever this one they bali they want to offer, whatever offerings they want to submit to Krishna, they come. And how do they offer? They don't, like when we also, yesterday we had Rath Yatra, and so many guests had come. And when we wanted to honor them, what happens? One devotee comes and brings one mala, offers him, then gives him one bag of some bahumanas and all that, and we honor them and say Hare Krishna and send them. When Shiva and Brahma come to offer something to Krishna, Kirita Koti Edita Pada Padmaha, they first come and bow down and touch their heads to the lotus feet of Krishna, and then they offer whatever they have to offer. You see how much respect they have to submit to Krishna. Even though they are Chiralokapalaha, they are the chief of all the demigods. Even all the demigods are subservient to them. Even then, that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, who are such exalted personalities, when they have to offer something to Krishna, Kita Kotya Idita, with their Koti Kiritas, even if they have crores of helmets, crowns, they come, Idita Pada Padma, they first come and offer their obeisances and touch the lotus feet of Krishna, and then Balim Haradbihi, they offer whatever they want to give to Krishna. This is the supremacy of Lord Krishna. Exactly same thing, whatever Brahma experienced was explained by Uddhava also. Just like when Brahma saw all the Brahmas and Shivas, they are coming and offering their obeisances, touching their head to the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is because Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. This kind of opulence we don't see even with Narayana. It is only with Krishna, you see. Krishna just willed, and crores of Brahmas and Devatas, they are coming and offering their obeisances to Krishna. This is because Krishna is Swayam Rupa. And that Krishna, why does he have to come to this material universe? Because that's one of the arguments some people give, that Krishna is an avatara. Why? Because Krishna comes to this material universe. Narayana never comes to this. Narayana is always in Vaikuntha. He never descends to this material universe. That displays that he is, Narayana is supreme and Krishna is avatara. This is one of the arguments some people give. But Krishna is Swayam. He is independent. He is Swarat. He is not dependent upon any condition. He wants to come into this material universe, he will come. Nobody can stop him. That Krishna, because he is the Swayam Bhagavan, Swayam Rupa, he descended to this material universe and he was never affected by the three modes of material nature, itself is evidence that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Narayana doesn't come to this material universe, but Krishna can come because he is Swarad, he is supremely independent. Nobody can stop him from going wherever he wants. He comes to this material universe also, but even when he comes, he is not affected by the three modes of material nature. And that is actually evidence of the supremacy of Krishna. Etad Ishanam Ishasya. This is the demonstration of the supremacy of Krishna. Why? Because even though he has descended into the midst of Prakriti, material nature, he is unaffected by that. Prakritistopi tad gunaihi na yujyate. Even though he is in the midst of Prakriti, he is not affected by it. This is Ishanam Ishasya. This is the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. So still the question is, why should Krishna come? Krishna comes because of his extreme compassion. He is very, very merciful. Although he is enjoying in the supreme abode, Goloka Vrindavan, he is enjoying there, but still he comes to this material universe with that self-same Gokula and Mathura and Dwaraka, the self-same Goloka, he descends with them to demonstrate how he is enjoying in the spiritual world with his devotees, and he gives us an opportunity. You also come back with me to that supreme abode. To attract the conditioned souls back to Godhead, Krishna descends. And Krishna descends and exhibits his pastimes for 125 years. After that, he goes back. Within that 125 years, how many people can Krishna liberate? He cannot liberate everyone. So what Krishna does, his purpose is not still fulfilled. So Krishna will send his pure devotees from Goloka Vrindavan. Narayana, if he has to send someone as his messenger to this world, he will send from Vaikuntha. Narayana cannot send someone from Goloka, no? Krishna, when he sends, he will send from Goloka. And that person comes as the Acharya. That is why we sing every day in the morning, Samsara Davan Leda, when we sing, Nikunjayuno Ratikeli Siddhyai. When Krishna is in Goloka Vrindavana, he is engaged in his amorous pastimes with the gopis. And Krishna is very ably assisted by the spiritual master, by our spiritual master, in executing his pastimes with Radharani. So, unless our spiritual master Acharya is from Goloka Vrindavan, how will he assist the gopis in their effort to unite Radha and Krishna? Therefore, Krishna, when he sends his representative, that representative is from Goloka Vrindavan. And that representative, when he comes, because he is representing that Swayam Bhagavan, Krishna therefore says, Acharyo mam vijaniyam, navamanyeta karhichit. He says, Acharyam mam vijaniyam. You should always see the Acharya as non-different from me. These are Krishna's words in the 11th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. One should not see the Acharya as an ordinary person. Navamanyeta karhichit. One should never neglect the orders of the spiritual master. Namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadevamayo guruhu. And one should not neglect his instructions, and one should not martya buddhya, one should not think that the Acharya is an ordinary person like me. And he should not develop envy towards the Acharya. These are the three things. A devotee should see the Acharya like Srila Prabhupada, Sakshad Haritvena, he is as good as Krishna. That means when Prabhupada gives an instruction, one should take it to be as good as Krishna's instruction. If Krishna were to tell that in the Hare Krishna movement in ISKCON, after Srila Prabhupada's time, there will be only the Ritvik system. Will anyone question it? Will anyone ask, where is it in tradition, Krishna? How can you say that Ritvik will work? No, this is all not as per Shastra. Prabhupada said so many things in his book. Prabhupada said, law of disciplic succession, one who is the disciple now should become the next spiritual master. Prabhupada said so many things. So Krishna, we cannot follow this. Can we say? Krishna has said means over, finished. Why? Because dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever Bhagavan has said, that is dharma. If Bhagavan is telling, Krishna is telling Yudhishthira that you have to tell a lie to Dronacharya, that becomes the dharma for Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira hesitated for one moment. No, how can I tell a lie? It is against dharma. And then he thought, no, Krishna is telling, so I can go ahead, and he said the lie. Now, because he hesitated for that one moment, because of that, what happened? Yudhishthira had to have a darshan of hell, Naraka. Although all through his life he had been totally dharmic, he had never neglected dharma, but still he had to see Naraka. Why? Because for one moment he hesitated to tell a lie. That was not an ordinary lie. It was instructed, ordered by Krishna. Therefore, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. If Krishna tells to lie, we have to lie. You cannot tell at that time, no, Krishna, this is against dharma, this is not in the Vedas. You cannot tell all that. So if Krishna says you have to follow the Ritvik system in ISKCON, you cannot question. Oh, no, this is against tradition, this is not as per dharma, no other Acharya has done this. You cannot ask all those questions. Krishna has said, over. Acharyo mam vijaniyam. When Prabhupada has said, you have to take it the same way. Prabhupada has said, over. Na vicharaniya. You cannot apply your mundane logic and try to analyze. Prabhupada has said like this. Now let us go to the Shastras, analyze whether it is as per Shastra or not. Nothing doing. Prabhupada has said, over. Acharyam mam vijaniyam. This is how you have to treat the instructions of Prabhupada as good as Krishna's instruction. Navamanyeta karhichit. You should never neglect. Namartya buddhya suyeta. One should not think that Prabhupada is an ordinary person like me. These are all the mistakes which are happening, unfortunately, in ISKCON. Now some people are saying, no, Prabhupada made so many mistakes. Prabhupada, when he used to give lectures, he would forget verses or he would misquote verses. So Prabhupada is a condition. So Prabhupada made mistakes like us also. So Prabhupada made, Prabhupada talks about Karna having been born from the year of Draupadi. That is not there in Mahabharata. So Prabhupada made some mistake. You cannot analyze all these things. Moment Prabhupada has said something over, that is the reality, that is the truth. This is called Arsha Prayoga. You cannot question. So if Prabhupada has said, July 9th, he gave a directive, I am the only initiating guru for ISKCON. Over, period. No more thinking, no more analyzing. You cannot go back to Shastra and tradition, other acharyas and all those kind of things. Prabhupada said, Acharyam ma vijaniyam. Why? Because he is namartya buddhya. You should not think he is an ordinary person. He is liable to commit mistakes. Prabhupada can never commit mistakes. This is the reality. So therefore, we have to be very, very careful. Even a slight deviation from this understanding can create havoc in one's spiritual life, which has been amply demonstrated. What has happened in ISKCON is a live example of this. Slight deviation, so much havoc in the whole of the institution. Whereas in our Bangalore group of temples, we are all so protected. Why? Because simply we are sticking to what Prabhupada said. We are not analyzing, we are not going into the details of, whether this is as per tradition or some other sampradayas they are not following. That has no relevance to all of us. Prabhupada said, over. That faith we have to have. Only then will the deep import of the Vedic scriptures will be revealed in our heart. Theoretical knowledge everybody can have. Anybody can read the Vedas, anybody can read Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these things. Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. But the real meaning behind them, they have to be revealed by Prabhupada in the heart. Yasya deve parabhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau. Only to a person who has as much unflinching faith in the Guru as he has towards Krishna. Tasya ite prakashitaha arthaha mahatmanaha. All the deep imports, profound meanings of the Vedic scriptures will be revealed only to such a person who has that unflinching faith, unquestioning faith in the words of the spiritual master. So, Srila Prabhupada's words, we cannot na martya buddhya suyeta. We should not think Prabhupada is an ordinary person. Na avamanyeta karhichit. We cannot neglect any of Prabhupada's instructions. All of Prabhupada's instructions have to be followed to the hilt. We cannot make any excuses. And therefore, to one who has such unflinching faith in Krishna, in Srila Prabhupada and his instructions, only in his heart, the real import of the Vedic scriptures will be revealed. So this is why even Devaki here is being referred to as Sarva Devata, because she is the mother of Krishna. So therefore, because she became the mother of Krishna, and Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan, to whom Chiralokapalaihi Kotya Edita Kiritaha. All the Chiralokapalas also come and offer obeisances to him. Therefore, when we worship Krishna, all the Devatas are also included. And so by becoming the mother of Krishna, Devaki has become the mother of all the Devatas, and so she is referred to as Sarva Devata. Similarly, Sarva Deva Mayo Guruhu, even Prabhupada, because he is representing Krishna, therefore he is representing all the Devatas also. This is how we have to understand. So I'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.